All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our last live Zoom of this wonderful COVID season. Yeah. Hopefully it's our last live Zoom forever.
Yeah.
One can really hope. So really quickly, if you are interested in theater class will be on Fridays next year. Registration for that is coming. It's not on the new registration that just went out. So that is for both the actors and the techies.
Techies.
So that's your Friday class next year if you are interested in that. Theater is still a thing. Okay, so don't worry. All right, we are finishing up with our designs and set designs. How did things go last week?
Fine.
Do you want me to pretend I did it?
I totally did last week's.
I totally did it stage. It would have been awesome.
David's my favorite. David, you did it right. Just say yes.
It's like a slideshow right now.
I just submitted a TikTok and that counted, so.
Right. I just did a TikTok.
I just did a tick.
Right. Thank you, Alex.
Still there.
All right, so this is our second little PowerPoint of Giant Norris on set design.
Ooh.
So the first thing, the most important thing, read the script. Whether or not you are an actor or a designer of any kind, the script is very important. We get all of our information from the script. 5 things to consider. The play itself, who your director is. Know your director and their quirks is always a good thing.
My director's a loser.
He is, but you try, right? The theater in the physical space, how much moolah you have, and the experience and the ability of your crew. Assuming you have a crew.
Yeah.
So questions that must be answered before you can work. Like, where does this place even take place? Is it in the country, the city, interior, exterior? What kind of place is it? Harry Potter not being done at the castle and being done in, say, a tiny village of a tiny town will have a totally different feel to Harry Potter than if it's, the Grand Hall and the Grand Castle, and he's running around these little tiny houses everywhere in a tiny village. Very different play.
There's a what's on the other side. I am nowhere going near that thing.
Doing great, Jake. You need to know when the play takes place. What's the year?
When does the place take place?
When does it? I ask myself that always. What season is it? Is it night? Is it day? Does it go day to night? Right? All the things to consider. You also need to think about the dressings on the stage. What's on it? Doors, windows, furniture, chairs, shelves, everything that you physically see is a set designer's responsibility. You have to think also about the fact that people are using this space. You are creating, as we talked about last week, a playground for your actors and actresses. So therefore, you don't necessarily want, a giant parkour course unless that's what you're going for. Right? Actors don't love tripping on stage in front of everyone. It's just not what they like.
And that's still Mario.
We may think it's hilarious, but actors don't like it. So, what's the style of your play? Is it very realistic play or is it representational? Right? What do you want to use? What kind of backdrops? What is all around your performers? What is the tone of the play? Is the tone of the play something dark and deep, thought-provoking, or is it comical and light and whimsical? Does it need warm kind of color palette or very kind of cool? Warm colors and cool colors speak to different things to people and represent
Also,
different things.
color theory. So if your character's gonna have like dark clothing, you probably want to have a warm background
Absolutely.
so that they can see the characters good.
Right. So like if your costume designer for some reason put your cast all in black, say you're doing Addams Family and your cast is in black, you don't want your set all black behind them. You're just going to have floating little heads. It's not going to be good. So you have to take into account, your costumers and all the things around you. So 4 areas of influence: the stage floor, ramp, steps, platforms, all those things you have to look at. Your general background, walls, your wing spaces, borders, backdrop. You need to look at things within the scenery: doors, trees with mirrors on them that are still there, rocks, windows, all those things. You also need to look for your furniture and props. The play we're doing next year requires quite a few seats and, I think a couch and some other things. So those are things that we really have to look at.
And a giant plant.
That is the spring musical. The fall play is different. Audrey has been retired to her home she will be. She's currently being retired.
Does that mean we have to rebuild that whole
I'm not
stupid
talking about
thing?
Oh, look, I can't hear Riley anymore. Talk about the stage.
Oh, I'm curious. Do we have to rebuild the stage?
No.
Okay.
They are going to cut it in half. I was told I don't have to do it because I will cry. But they are going to cut it in half and then store it into house because currently we can't get it out of the theater because it's too large.
Was it? Oh, right. Yeah, because we fixed it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, and it's half painted now and working now that it's, functional. They're going to, like I said, just kind of zip it in half, remove the supports from the half, zip it in half, and then take the 2 halves to the storage to be held.
Okay.
Where if anybody
is doing it in the spring.
Yes, we are doing a little shop in the spring.
Okay.
I don't want to do it in the fall because we don't know the situation with COVID. And that requires a lot, right? A lot of time and a lot of prep and a lot of tech and a lot of everything. And, for us to not be able to start on time or be delayed in things, we need that whole section for Little Shop.
Got it. Okay.
So the play we're doing in the fall is a play about a theater company that constantly deals with everything going wrong.
Okay.
The whole play is
the Scottish play.
So our theater company.
So I felt it was fitting, the play we're doing in the fall. What was that sound? Is somebody trying to get in? Yes. Okay. All right. So you have to work with your director. Very, very important. It is your director's vision that you are making come to life. Right? You have to look at your theater spaces. So you have different types of theater spaces. You have the proscenium, which is, you've got the great wing space and the fly space. It's your typical theater where the audience is in front of. It is curved. Have your curtains, right? Looks like this. We've all seen it. This is a proscenium. Again, you can do lots of different layering, lots of great things with the proscenium stage. You have an arena stage, all 4 sides. Looks like, an arena. Things you have to think of is really scenery here as a set designer. This is your hardest space to dress. Thrust comes out. Box where you have audiences on 3 sides. And then a flexible stage like ours, where it can be anything you want it to be. Well, I can't turn it into a proscenium, but it can be most things. I guess I could, but anyways. So sketches. we always start with sketching out our ideas and like, well, looking at more books and coming up with our designs. Theater sketches are very important. This is what you're going to present to your director and your costume designers and makeup and everybody. So this is what they'll see. Your preliminary quick sketches are called thumbnails. They're usually done with like pencil and a rough draft, kind of, quick sketch form. So that way you're not spending tons of time just on the rough draft stage. You always have your designer idea books. I always have a Pinterest board going for my different plays where I just take all the different like little pictures and put it into my morgue and collect, oh, I like the look of this, the texture of that, the lighting of this, the color, the fabric of this, I like this composition. And you just kind of gather up your ideas. You don't necessarily present those to anybody. They're for you as a designer. You can help present them to a director of these are kind of the looks I'm going for, but a lot of times, again, it's for you.
Okay.
All right, so working drawings versus presentational materials. Your working drawings are your blueprints. As a set designer, you draw out usually actual floor plans. You use AutoCAD or Vectorworks or different programs, and you're actually drawing it out. When you're working in community theater, you have to be able to hand your ideas and your plans to your technical director, who is going to help then build the stage, because you're not necessarily responsible for doing everything. You have a team. So you have to actually draw out your architectural plans of your set design, right? Again, it's for your production crew and your building crew, right? Technical on things on like, here's a ground floor plan where things would go, right? This and that. Again, using a lot of architectural knowledge there that you learn throughout the course of your studying. These are your typical symbols you use. This is a door, this is a window, that's a flat. A flat, as a reminder, is a giant structure that holds usually muslin that we paint on to help create scenery, walls or doors out of. I think of it almost like a giant canvas, right? This is what a platform looks like. Okay, nice song. Whoever's singing. Thank you, Jake.
Hey, Josiah. You should stop singing.
All right. Design elevations. This is what this looks like from the side if you're showing different elevations of, pieces of scenery. Again, very important when you are looking at architectural details and people are having to build your set. As you're not always there to just answer questions as a set designer, right? People have to know what you want. You always want to look at your painting and painting elevation. So it's a copy of like what the front should look like. Like, this is the door I want. This is the look. Make it look like that and make it pretty for your scenic artist. Again, with your elevation here. So we have the drawing. We've got our people in here for scale size. There is actually, I think, measurements on here. And this is what it looked like when it came to life. I want this budget. Can I have that budget to play with? Oh my God, imagine what we could do. There are rear elevations. It's the drawing of the back of the scenery. Again, it's used to help guide on how to construct things, right? How are these flats fitting together? How is it backstage? What are we using to actually secure this and build this? Oops. All right, so your presentational materials, right? These are your renderings and your scale models. This is the pretty that you show the directors and the other designers so that they understand your concept. For amazing Cornell boxes I got and saw and were blown away by, dramatic eye roll, is an example of a scale model. Right. So rendering is colored sketches. It's of your finished set and how it will appear under light to the audience member if they are seated at the center of the house. So if you're like center, right, with the lighting, what am I going to see? And you don't typically have to draw actors on there or anything else because, you know, it's all about the set and the scenery. You can. People will put kind of shadowy figures or, you know, a person in there just for scale reference. But again, it's just as a reference. These help your director to see what the space is actually going to look like. Scale models work really great for that. There's lots of people who work in virtual models, right? And do it digitally to throw like the three-dimensional and the layering of the different set pieces, because a lot of times with theater, there's layering. Quick history of set design. You guys can read through this. You got rake stages. Yeah, y'all can read that all on your own, since we're running out of time here.
Running out of time.
Oh, for my class. Okay, so the project, your last theater project that you're doing, is you are going to create your morgue project. You're going to create a set design collecting of 10 pictures that will help guide you to your set design of Big Shocker, Little Shop of Horrors. I know you're shocked that that is the play I chose, right? Since we all have our background knowledge on it.
So
There's an
profound.
amazing newspaper, online, however, wherever you find inspiration at. You need to include the title of the show, the time period, the style of the show, your name with the date. Then you are going to create a rendering of Little Shop of Horrors. So center stage, center aisle, center theater, center. Looking down, well, what am I going to see? Right? You can choose any of
How much quality do you want this of?
amazing.
How high of a quality?
Amazingly quality.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is my area. This is
A budget isn't that high.
my like undergraduate degree right here.
Oof. It's a lot of pressure.
No,
God, who would get a degree in theater?
I know. I'm such a I didn't even get like acting. I got like set design, costume design, and mostly scene painting. And they forced me to do things like light and sound.
Yeah.
Are there any questions on your assignment? So, Jake, real quick.
Why do you say no clans? What better do you have against clans?
I don't understand the question.
Why do you
The crayons?
Oh, crayons? No crayons.
Yeah.
You can't get the detail work. They're fat. You can't get line quality. We're out of elementary
One of
school.
those
You
crayon
know,
boxes with the sharpener in the back.
Oh yeah.
And you
we're out
can
of
get really
elementary
sharp
school.
crayons.
I mean, if that's all you have, fine.
No, we're
But-
supposed to do this.
So your rendering needs to be on, if you have it, I have had somebody that has messaged me and been like, I don't have online paper. That's fine. Do it what you can. But I prefer, right, if you have just regular white paper that you use, paper.
Do we have pineapple juice?
Do you have apple juice?
No,
I don't think that was directed at you.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any apple juice. I don't even like apple juice. These are the things to consider and to take into consideration, right? Don't stress on this. Don't take forever. Have fun with it. Don't get caught up in I can't draw or anything like that. But, you know, you're just doing this to get some experience and see what it's like. You're not here to be the world's greatest artist like Haley. No pressure.
Thanks.
Great. So don't be pressured on anything like that. Okay. Just try your best. Give it your best effort. So this is the last week of new assignments. Next week is all catch up.
Next week only goes to like Wednesday, doesn't it?
I don't know. No, it goes till Friday. A week, days of the week.
Oh wait, yeah. Never mind. I thought.
The 19th is the last day to turn in work.
Yep, I thought this week was next week.
Awesome. You're not shocked. Next week is also collection of technology.
Mm.
So any tech-based things you need to get done, if you do not have tech at home, get it done in all your classes, just so it doesn't sneak up on you.
I might have time to do this speech.
So any other questions, thoughts, concerns?
Can I color the rendering on a computer?
Yes, you can digitally do it.
Cool.
Absolutely.
When are we gonna have our crew meeting where you tell us how to apply for classes?
Maybe if you were here at the beginning of the meeting when that was asked, you'd know.
Mm.
I'll
How did I
email,
ever show up on time?
I'll email you right after this from my crew.
Okay.
Any theater related questions, non-crew related?
Hmm.
Well, it's been my pleasure to teach you guys. You guys have
Yeah.
been a very fun class. I enjoy
Next year we'll have to deal with you. I'll have Ronnie.
No, you don't have to go with me because mine and Ron's Friday classes are together. She's my costuming department.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do.
Well,
Plug.
we'll head into McDonald's. What do y'all want?
Oh, what do I want? Milkshake. I need boys in my yard. As a plug, theater will be on Fridays. So, think about joining. We'll have fun. Right? It'll be different from this year. But still fun. Yeah, just play. Yay, theater. Right.
Yay,
I'm here if you need
people.
anything. I'm always an email away. Doesn't matter what about. Doesn't matter when. Okay. All right. Good talk, guys.
Yeah, go team.
Good team.
Yeah.
Can I hang up now?
Making some plans.
Hopefully you can see me throwing things at the camera. David just rolls his eyes at me constantly. Ugh. Her and her corny jokes.
Yeah.
All right, guys.